All right, it's recording.
Let's make this official. Okay, we ready?
Ready.
All right. Okay, so hey, you guys, it's our first official of the 2017 Zoom team call. Happy New Year.
Yay!
Great to see you all. And I appreciate those of you who did show up. I think it was Tracy and Steve who showed up one of the Thursdays on the holiday.
Yeah, last week it was Woody and I.
Oh, and then you and Woody. Okay, great. Well, way to show up and support each other.
We had a great meeting.
Awesome. Excellent. Okay, so I was just mentioning that it's Terry's first time here with us, and she's lives in Southern California. She's been involved in network marketing for quite some time in another company and loves send out cards. Absolutely just fell in love with the whole idea of the product and everything, and decided to become a distributor and share it with some realtors and other business professionals that she knows. She does a lot of networking, a lot of events and things like that. So I'm super excited to have Terry on board with us and here in our her first Zoom team call. So we haven't been able to get Terry's sound going here, but Terry, I hope you're hearing us, and we're all super happy to have you here. I'm just looking to see if anybody else has joined in. Okay. So Sue, you signed up a personal bundle today, right?
Yeah, it was yesterday, actually.
Oh, yesterday. Sorry, I'm a little behind on my WhatsApp.
That's okay. And it was a insurance company, and they are part of my BNI group.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Okay. So any tips about how you did that, for those of us who would like to learn?
Well, when I go to BNI, I really don't push send out cards at all. I talk about relationship marketing, and I send a card and brownies to whoever's the featured speaker for the week, usually with their picture on it. So I'm just playing a really low-key role in BNI. And it's making people very intrigued. And once they get the brownies, then they want to talk to me. I was just saying today that my BNI group is divided into two groups, those who have received brownies and those who have not. and the ones who have not received brownies yet haven't asked to talk to me yet. And pretty much everybody who has received brownies has wanted to know more. So I just following the plan.
I like that. I like that very much. So low key, Sue, and the way to any marketer's heart is through brownies. I love it. Brownies talk. Yeah, I love it. Thanks for sharing that. Congratulations. How many points do you have now for Cancun?
I have 13, I think.
Woohoo! All right. 13 points. Lucky 13.
I know. I'm just dying to get to that 25% mark.
You'll get there. Staying persistent. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so Tracy and I spent the day in Lincoln. We had 2 presentations today. No sign-ups, unfortunately, but we do have one group that's considering either a marketing or business bundle that we're going to talk to again next week.
Fortune's in the follow-up.
That's right.
And we have the best follow-up tool. Awesome. Okay, Steve, you're still moving and shaking it with all those realtors. More appointments tomorrow and stuff. Any new inspirations you'd like to share with the group so we might glean from you what you're doing?
Well, actually, the appointment was today.
Oh, today. Sorry, I'm reading old messages. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I had appointment today and then another appointment next Friday. So how that came about was the realtor that I signed up in November, who was a referral. Her name is Sandy. She brought Jim signed up, send out cards, and then introduced me to Sandy. And Sandy works for Keller Williams, Greater Lexington. And so the holidays are busy. She said, after the holidays, I'll call you. I want you to come into the office, and we're going to have a training. So she called me last week and said, I don't even know how to sign anybody up or do anything. Will you come over to the office and show me just how to sign somebody up? I said, no. I said, I will come to your office and do a presentation / training, but you got to get about 10 people in the room.
Wow.
I said, I will do that. So I got there. There were about 10 or 11, 12 people in the room. So I just did my presentation. I just did my same old. I told them why I got started with getting the card mail, what it meant to me. showed them the app from my phone plugged into projector, and then I showed them how they can get started. And before I did my presentation, Sandy introduced me as, this guy showed me send out cards, and I fell in love with it. I don't know how to show it to you guys, so that's why I had him come here today. So when I said, here's the custom branding, here's the signatures, here's the fonts, here's how you get started. Two of them said, I want to get started right now. So I didn't sign up any personals today. I'm basically building my senior manager team right now. So Sandy is the first one on my senior manager in my senior manager code. So I'm going to build that leg with all of her team. So we signed up 2 for her personal. And then one of those personals is from an office in the next 2 counties over in Richmond. So the lady we signed up there is going to sign up 2 more under her. They were there today, but they had to leave. So they said, just call tomorrow and we'll do it over the phone. So it should be 4 out of that group today. So it'll be 2 for the Lexington office, 2 for the Richmond office. Then she wants me to come back next week and help the girl that we signed up on her team in the Lexington office, have her sponsor a training / a presentation / training. So we'll just do it again next Friday. So I said, okay, so you got to get 10 or 12 people in the room, and it doesn't matter if, we'll do the presentation first and then we'll enroll them and we'll do the training. And we'll just keep doing that over and over until we work that out. So from that, I've got a couple of other leads that they have talked to me about already of going and being introduced to some realtor boards that they want to take me to and introduce me to, so that I can build teams for them there as well. So I'm just running down the network leads with the realtors right now and having a ball. These realtors are so nice. They're just very professional. They actually smile when I come in, and they're glad to see me. So it's a fun group of people to work with. They need this tool, and they want to partner with Send Out Cards and partner with me to do that. So my tip is just show up, and what I mean by show up, and I've went over this before, but like on the way home, the girl that I signed up under Sandy, her name is Tara. She sent me a text, and it's kind of huge for me, but she said, well, I'll just paraphrase it. She said, you consider joining networking groups. It would help grow your business. And I said, maybe, sure. And she said, well, I get introduce you to the realtor board that I'm a part of, and you started there. Yes. And I don't even know what that is. That might be 1 million people. It might be 2 people. But one of the things that I decided 2 years ago was anytime anyone asks, will you show me Send Out Cards? I say yes. And I worry about what I'm going to do when I get there. So that's my tip. Always say yes when somebody says, will you show me Send Out Cards? And it doesn't matter if it's 1 person or 1 million people. Just go show the plan.
Yep.
That's my tip.
I love it. Those are great tips. And I picked up so many things that you just shared. And I so appreciate you and all that you've been doing. And, one thing that went through my mind a couple of weeks ago was, you're signing up a lot of these realtors and you're getting a lot of bundles, or you're getting custom brands signed up and you're getting points towards Cancun. And I was thinking, is he going to be building a team to get to the next level, to executive? I mean, it's wonderful to get all that volume and get all those customers, but where are these team players going to come from to get Steve to executive? Because that's where you belong. Clearly, you've stepped into that role of leadership. I mean, it is so clear, that defining moment that happened for you, at convention, and you just made that decision and you're going full for it. And for me to hear you say, this was such a leadership attitude that you took when she said, could you come and show me how to show people? And you said, no, I'll come if you get the room full. You valued your time, and you showed her that you're going to go to work for her if she does it smart. Right. And the other thing, I learned this a really long time ago by a really smart mentor, and that was never say to one what you can say to many. So you leveraged the power of her ability to invite and enroll people for you to utilize your time in the smartest way possible. So I'm just like, I'm stoked, Steve. Yay!
Well, thank you. And I was hoping it would work out that way when I said,
Yeah, well,
I
sometimes
hope
it
he's back
does.
on this. He doesn't call my bluff, you know. So,
No, but you were thinking on your feet. You were thinking smart. You were thinking like a leader. And
well, it's actually a plan, because one of my I am statements, which is something I've started doing every morning, is that I value my time, so others will value my time. Is one of it's structured like that in an I am statement. I am value my time is. See, you got me on the spot now, but it's in an I am statement that I value my time, so others will value my time. It's a posture and respect thing. So I just think that kind of came out just because I've been practicing that. So
yeah. Well, definitely, those I am statements are powerful.
absolutely.
That's a really good takeaway for tonight too. You know, it's a new year. We've got this clean slate. I always talk about the clean slate at the beginning of the year, and I get so juiced up and excited about that clean slate because we can create whatever we want. And those I am statements are such a powerful thing. Hi, Tracy. I can see you there. You know,
The garage, so
Yeah.
now I can take my eyes off the road.
oh, good. I was wondering. You're like, oh, kind of like this. So
Been
anyway,
15 miles looking at the phone.
so if you're all not doing that already, take clues, you know, success leaves clues from Steve, and create those I am statements and start doing that as part of your morning ritual.
Daily.
I want to thank Tracy for yay in your notebook. Yeah, I want to thank Tracy for the challenge that she gave a few weeks ago, right before I took the holiday break, and that was based off of Jordan's call, where he talked about the one small difference makes the big difference. And to choose 3 things that you are going to do for 90 days, and then of course it'll become a habit and you won't want to stop doing it, that are going to make those differences in your life. And so I took that challenge on. I know some of you took that challenge on. And I started to kind of do it before the Christmas holiday, and I found I'm not going to do this. I know I'm not going to do this, let's be honest. So I started on January 2nd, which was Monday. And I've actually added a couple of things to my list as I have been thinking about how I want my year to look and everything. And I want to just say thanks, Tracy, because it's really keeping me focused and on track. And I tend to be kind of a workaholic and do a lot anyway, but sometimes not always doing the most productive things always, right? So I'll just share with you again what mine are. And then if you haven't already started doing this, or if you'd like to share what yours are or what you're noticing already, that'd be awesome. But for physical exercise, I put a minimum of 20 minutes a day, 7 days a week. Now, it's only the 5th day. Okay, so the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. Be honest, I haven't done it every day, but 2 of the days today, I did my 50 minutes, and the day before yesterday, I did my 50 minutes, and I'm making, a concerted declaration to myself that I'm going to get better. I'm going to sign up for another class because I know me. I don't do it as well if I'm alone, or if it's raining outside. I don't tend to go out and do the walking outside or whatever. So anyway, it's just kind of being honest with yourself and saying, what can I put into place to improve that? 2 people per day in my pipeline. I have to say that I have done that. So no matter what, no matter how late it's getting or whatever, I got to look through my leads list or whatever and call until I get 2 people, at least 2 people per day in the pipeline. That's happening. The other thing was at least 1 card per day, not a campaign card, but a new card every single day. And I'm having fun going back and looking through my customer list. And sometimes we take those customers for granted. So I just want to express to all of you, don't do that. And in fact, look back. I have people that have converted to customer that were a distributor, or that were a distributor under someone else. And so one of the people I send a card to, I looked and she had just placed an order and she had spent like $87, and I don't even know who she is. And I'm like, who is this person? And I, thank goodness, in my contact manager, I had her in there as my SOC downline, and I wrote in my notes section that she had been sponsored by a gal named Bonnie. Now, this was years ago, and Bonnie's no longer active. And I'm like, oh my God, this girl is still ordering. She's loyal. And so I sent her a Happy New Year card. Thank you for your loyalty, and a box of brownies. you know. So I'm looking through my genealogy now daily going, who needs to hear from me? I sent another Happy New Year and thank you card to a network marketer who wrote me the best testimonial that I still use to this day. She has over 200,000 people in her downline. She's the top person in her company. And she wrote me the most glowing testimonial about send out cards that I've ever had. And, you know, so I just reached out to her out of the blue. So that, I think, you know, I'd like to share that along as a tip. Look there, look who's in your genealogy or who's in your customer base, or even if it was somebody who isn't active any longer, and reach out every single day. Send somebody a card. And then I also have on my list to check in with a teammate every single day. So some of you guys have already gotten phone calls from me. I want to be much more proactive in staying connected and finding out what you guys are up to. And how I might be able to help, and just knowing what your goals are. So that's on mine. And then another one that I added just recently is to learn something new every single day. And I'm actually putting that down, what it was that I learned. So I'm taking some online courses and you know, learning something new every single day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, Tracy, I haven't made that phone call you asked me to make yet, but I will do that tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Kelly Shields did it for me and Steve did it for me. So it'd be wonderful. What Tracy's talking about. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Did we lose you?
Yeah, we hear
Can
you.
you hear me? Tracy's frozen. Who's saying, did we lose you? Can you see me, Jean?
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was Tracy and Sue. We were frozen for a minute.
Yeah, and I was sitting out there in the garage.
Yeah.
Literally, it's -2 degrees.
Yeah. So you have to know how much we love you. If we're going to sit here in the car in a -2 degree
Yeah.
and watch, actually, we could shut the garage door.
Well, Lee's here, so he's got the car running behind us.
Oh.
So my apologies. I will make that call tomorrow.
No worries. Just so everybody knows what call she's talking about, I had a prospect who actually asked me to have some people call him. He didn't really want a three-way call. Thank you. And I decided, why the heck not? You know, maybe he'll feel like people are being more candid if I'm not on the phone. And so I asked Steve to do it, and I asked Tracy to do it, and then I asked Callie Shields to do it, and Callie and Steve already did it. And thank you guys. That was awesome. I don't know what he's going to decide. He's looking at about 4 or 5 different programs, but he's gotten 5 cards and brownies from me, and now he's gotten 2 phone calls from other people besides me. He should be feeling the love for sure.
I sent him a card too. So.
You rock. I know. That's amazing.
I just turned off our sound. We're on a call. Sorry.
She said he says shut the garage doors.
Okay. All right. Happy New Year.
And you know, we ought to use each other like that more. So that's another thing for 2017. More 3-way calls, you know, and utilizing each other, not just the person who sponsored you, not just your upline. We've got this awesome team here. And so I was thinking, well, I want him to hear from a guy, and, you know, because I'm a lady, and maybe he'll think, oh yeah, it's cool for guys to send cards, right? So that's why I asked Steve. And then I wanted to hear from Tracy, because she's a business owner whose business has doubled or maybe tripled because of using send out cards, and she's building a send out cards business. And I've been talking to him about approaching businesses. So that's why I chose you. And then I chose Callie because, you know, she's an executive with the company and she's not even in my team. So, you know, there's different people that you might want to match up.
Smart.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't want to hog the whole floor here. I mean, I know Steve shared some invaluable information. We do want to do another challenge, and I have 2 in mind, so I'm going to find out which one you guys like the best. But is there anything else anybody would like to share or bring up as something you need help with?
Can I share real quick and keep me on task here? I didn't do the challenge, but I've already started a challenge, I guess you can say, and I just wanted to share that with you. One of my challenges was last year, about all year, the way my day is structured, I was getting up around 8:30 or 9 o'clock a.m. and not going to bed till 2 a.m. or so, and that was, I could get done what I needed to get done, but it was throwing off my family life. You know, the timing wasn't right. I didn't see the kids and things. So I made a decision to change that. And part of that decision was to start getting up early. So now I get up at 5:45, which is just crazy for me. And I put on my gym clothes, and by 6, I'm in either the office or I go down to my shop where I'm kind of away. And I spend an hour doing a little morning routine, and I've actually got it, typed up on a piece of paper so I can track it. And it keeps me on track. It lets me do my personal development, my exercise, my journaling, my I am statements, and I get all that done before I ever start the day. And I even have my phone in airplane mode, which is crazy for me because I always thought that you couldn't put your phone in airplane mode because what if somebody needs to get a hold of you? Well, it's a farce, because truly if there's an emergency, somebody will come knock on your door at some point. So I guess it has changed the way my day runs. It's more positive. When things don't go right, I'm like, boom, boom, I can fix them. I can think on my feet. I got a clear mind by feeding my mind that positivity from good books. It seems like it's a secret weapon. So part of making change in your life, I highly recommend that you develop some type of morning routine that is very personal to you, that is personal development based, and some exercise based.
Yep.
And it just sets the tone for the whole day. And then I got a small routine at the end of the day I do, and part of that is put my phone in airplane mode. And it has changed the way that I operate. So I want a reason I didn't do the challenge and take it on last week or the week before is I want to make sure I've got this nailed down good and I don't veer from it, because not every day am I nailing the 5:45. But I'm getting really close to getting up and about every day and doing that. So,
well, you're already doing the challenge. The small change was for you. It's a big change. It's getting up that early in the morning and making sure that you're doing those activities consistently. So you did the challenge. That is
all
the
right.
challenge.
Put me down. I'm on the challenge.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah. So, Steve, I want to know, does your wife hate you yet for getting up at 5:45 every morning?
She actually likes that because she generally gets up around, she'd like to get up earlier than that so she can pray and do things like that before she takes the kids to school. So when I get up, I basically get her up at 6 so she can start getting the kids ready, and she takes them to school. So it works out good. So that works out good. And my bedtime on my sheet is 10 p.m. I actually have alarms set for all these times. So at 9:45, it says bedtime, and that's when we wind down and we aim to get in bed at 10. So we can both get some sleep and be back up in the morning. So it's actually, by me structuring my day, has helped the entire family to kind of stay on task. And because I was really loosey-goosey on it, because I'm in a position where I can choose to delay when I start work during the morning.
Yep.
And I just kept pushing it back and pushing it back. And by the time I get up, Rob nailed it. He called it a sleep hangover. And that's what I would just drag through the day, and it's just bad. So now when I get up, I'm excited about the day. So.
Well, I wanted to share with you something
That's
I read
awesome.
a while ago about what billionaires do. And can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so this was from Mark Joyner, who created the program Simpleology. And he was talking about the 3 things that billionaires do that are different than what most people do. The first thing that they do is they get up early. So if they have an alarm, they get up as soon as the alarm goes off. They don't hit the snooze button. They don't, roll over and go back to sleep. They get more done in the first 2 hours that they're awake than most people get done all day long. But before they go and do their work, part of their routine, their ritual, is they do fire breathing. Okay, so you can look it up on the internet, fire breathing. It's a kind of a yoga type of a breathing that you do to get your body energized. Mm-hmm. The other thing they do is they bounce. Now, I don't know if every billionaire does this, but he was using some billionaires. And, you can't see my feet, but they stand on the tips, on the balls of their feet, and they just bounce, just like that, just bounce up and down. So you're not putting your heels down, you're just bouncing like that. Okay, so that gets the blood flowing and the energy. And then, I hate this part. They take a Scottish shower.
Ooh, that's the cold shower.
Yeah, as cold as you can stand. They take a Scottish shower.
That's supposed to be good for your immune system.
Yeah, that's the hard one for me, because what I like to do is get straight up and then go into my hot tub, and that's where I do my meditation and gratitude and all that is in my hot tub. I do much better in the hot hot water. But I could come out and do the Scottish shower after. Maybe I'll have to add that. So anyway, you're thinking like a billionaire, Steve.
Thank you.
And
So-
acting like one.
Use your alarm clock on your iPhone.
I do.
For that's a tip.
I do
That
it
keeps
all the
me
time.
on track all day long.
Same here.
When it beeps, I move on to the next one.
You know, I've heard the longer you sit, the stupider you get. And so also because I tend to be kind of a workaholic and I'll work too much and I'll sit in this chair too long, is I set alarms that say get up and do something else. So 55-minute blocks,
That's
and
good.
then
That's
an
smart.
alarm remind me to get up
Because
and
you
go
do that. You sit
whatever.
down at your desk.
Good idea.
Yeah, I will. Easy.
Yeah, get up, go throw some laundry in, go throw the ball for the dog, you know, go do something, just something different. And it's amazing. All these little connections start happening in your brain while you're doing it. And then you're so inspired and then you come back and you get back to work again.
Yeah.
So, cool stuff. All right. Anybody else have something exciting you're excited about you want to share? Make a commitment, declaration, anything like that? Because I do have a challenge I want to throw out there.
All right.
What's the challenge?
Okay, there's 2 challenges. Maybe I'll just tell one of them and then we'll do the other one the next week.
Good idea.
Okay, because they're both fun. All right, so I don't know if you've heard of Jeffrey Gitomer. Have you heard of Jeffrey Gitomer? I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he's really great at sales. He writes these little books, the little red book of sales answers. So it's Jeffrey, Gitomers.
Okay.
Okay, so I came across an article online that he had written, and I paid attention because I really like his stuff. And he was talking about, you know, being a sales professional, and that when you go in to do a presentation, okay, so like Steve's been doing a lot of these presentations, Sue, Tracy, you guys have been doing a lot of these presentations where you go into a business office or whatever, you know, they know you're coming there to sell them something usually, or to present something to them. They're looking to you as the expert. Okay, so you are the experts. So you're going to go there. You know more about your product and your service than anybody else knows, right? And you're going to be making a recommendation to them as an expert. Okay, so you need to know your stuff, and you need to know what you're going to be recommending for that person based on what you gather about them. Whatever, hey, let there be light. Whatever information you end up gathering about them. Now, there's the objection that people give sometimes is, I need to think about it. Right? You ever hear that? Okay, all looks good, but I need to think about it. Okay, so a lot of times that's just I kind of got to get out of this situation. It's a procrastination tactic. It's I don't know how to tell you no. Or maybe they really do want to think about it, right? They've got things they want to think about. So you're the expert. Step into the expert role and say, okay, that's great. While you're thinking about it, here are the things you should be thinking about.
Ooh.
And then you pass them over a list of things they should be thinking about. And it may be something like, be thinking about, how are you going to stand out to your clients if you don't choose to use send out cards? How are you going to blah, 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 whatever. So my challenge was going to be, could you each come up with 6 things that you want your people to be thinking about while they're thinking about it, that basically are a way of selling them, that there's nothing to think about. Okay, these are the things we're the expert. We're going to be recommending that they, you know, what's the cost? What's the loss of business to them if they don't? You know, I haven't put down my list of 6 yet. I've been letting it ruminate in my head. But that would be my challenge. Everybody come up with that list, and then we could compile them. We could collaborate on it. We could come up with that list so that whenever anybody says, I need to think about it, we can flip it out. Okay, great. While you're thinking about it, here are the things that I recommend you be thinking about. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So you're saying, like, so if you're at a Keller Williams office and they say, I want to think about it, you can say, well, think about me driving across town to Remax and pitching this to them, and they're going to use this and you're not. And they're going to grow their business and you're not.
That might be one of the things
a little high posture, though. But
yeah, it is. So it might be one of the things on your list.
Okay.
And so this will take some time. We've got until next week to come up with the things that you're going to be thinking about. I had it up on my screen for the longest time, that article, and now I don't know where it is, but I'm going to search for it and see if I can find it again, and then I'll send it to you guys, or I'll put it up in Tracy's site, the Team Transcendence, somewhere. I'll get it out to you guys so you can see what Jeffrey came up with, and then maybe that'll help get the wheels turning. Okay?
Great.
So do you guys like that challenge?
That's
I
good.
think collectively we can come up with 6 or 7 great things that we'll be able to just pull out of the hat and use when people give us that.
That's good tools to have in the toolbox, because that is one of the objections that comes up. And
People say it all the time. Yeah, it's one of the most common ones. Okay, well, in keeping with our commitment to make this 30 minutes, we're there. So have an awesome week, everybody. Terry, thanks so much for joining us. Come back again next week, same time, same channel. Love you guys.
thanks a lot. We'll see you. Good to see you too, Gene.
Yeah, Jean, it's good to see you. You're so quiet tonight.